Most men over 50 make serious mistakes when buying clothes, and they don't even realize it. You might be spending money thinking you're dressing well, when in fact, you're sabotaging your own image. Watch until the end and find out how to avoid these mistakes and dress with real style and elegance. Cheap can be expensive. Who hasn't gotten excited by an irresistible deal and bought an incredibly cheap piece of clothing, thinking they made a great purchase? But reality hits hard after a few washes. The stitching comes undone, the fabric fades, the item shrinks, or becomes misshapen. Very cheap clothes, especially from marketplaces like Shopee and Shine, may seem like a bargain at the time of purchase, but durability almost always disappoints. What seemed like a smart investment ends up being a constant expense, as you need to replace the pieces all the time. True savings come from buying less, but buying well. And don't be fooled by looks. Not all clothing looks bad at first glance. Some items even have impressive finishes at first sight, but after a few uses, you can spot the difference between quality and illusion. A good fabric has weight, drape, and durability, while cheap materials may seem acceptable initially but soon lose their shape. Imagine a cheap polyester blazer next to one made from wool. The former will look wrinkled and lose its structure after a few hours of wear, while the latter will maintain its elegance all day long. Another serious issue with these cheap pieces is the poorly designed cut. Many are made on a large scale without considering proportions or fit on real bodies. Have you ever bought a shirt that looked perfect in the photo, but when you wore it, one shoulder drooped and the sleeves were too short? This kind of mistake happens because the pattern is made in a generic way, without care. The result? Clothes that don't flatter the body and create a sloppy appearance, even if they are new. Now, think about the long-term cost-benefit. A cheap pair of jeans might cost you $100 to last a year before it starts tearing at the knees or stretching at the waist. Meanwhile, a higher quality pair from a renowned brand might cost you $300 but last 5 years without losing its shape. In the end, investing in the more expensive piece pays off much more, both financially and in terms of the impact on your image. Buying well is not about paying high prices, but about paying the fair price for something that really is worth it. And when we talk about paying for what's truly worth it, we need to touch on an essential point: the weight of the brand when making a purchase. Are you paying for the quality of the piece or just the name on the label? The power of the brand and the white label effect. Many brands sell status, not quality. What few know is that some simply take a generic product, slap their label on it, and triple the price. Have you noticed how some almost identical items can vary greatly in price depending on the store? A pair of jeans might cost you $900 in a sophisticated boutique and you $400 in a more affordable store, even though they were made in the same factory. This happens because some brands dominate the perception game. But does the extra cost really pay off? The big trick is knowing how to differentiate real quality from good marketing. Fabrics, stitching, and finishing are the true indicators of durability and comfort, not the name on the label. Renowned brands like Ralph Lauren and Hugo Boss often offer excellence, but that doesn't mean every expensive item is synonymous with quality. Some luxury brands just sell status, while others invest in superior materials and impeccable construction. Knowing the difference between these approaches makes all the difference for those who want to dress well without falling into traps. Want a practical example? You might find genuine leather jackets for you $200 in a shopping mall store and the same model from the same factory without a famous label for you $600 from a lesser-known supplier. The secret is to research, get to know the brands, and understand which ones really deliver quality. Brands like Levi's and Timberland, for example, are known for making pieces that last for years, and that's what makes the investment worthwhile. Another factor many people overlook is exclusivity. Some brands sell the idea that their pieces are unique and exclusive, but in practice, they're just replicating designs from past collections with small changes. Often, buying a piece from a trusted tailor can cost the same and offer much superior fit. Once you understand this game, you start making more strategic and intelligent purchases. And if we're talking about smart shopping, it's impossible to ignore one of the most important factors of all, knowing your own body. After all, there's no point in buying an expensive and well-made piece if it simply doesn't flatter your body type. Know your body and what looks good on you. Have you noticed how some clothes seem to fit perfectly on certain people, while on others, they seem out of place? This doesn't happen by accident. The secret is understanding which cuts, fabrics, and patterns flatter your body. Men over 50 need to pay extra attention to this because the body changes over time. That skinny pair of jeans that fit well years ago might now feel uncomfortable or disproportionate, while a straight or slim fit might offer a more balanced and elegant look. Every body has its particularities, and what works for one person might be disastrous for another. For example, men with thicker thighs might find that tight pants are uncomfortable and create unwanted volume, while those with thinner legs may benefit from fitted cuts. Oversized t-shirts, which are in style, might be a mistake for shorter men as they flatten the silhouette. The secret is to try different options and observe what truly flatters your proportions. The best way to figure out what works for you is to experiment and pay attention to the details. When you put on a shirt, notice how it fits on the shoulders. If there's too much fabric, it can look sloppy. If it's too tight, it creates visual discomfort. With pants, pay attention to the waist height. Very low-rise models can accentuate the belly negatively, while a slightly higher waist elongates and provides a more sophisticated fit. And don't be afraid of alterations. Sometimes, a quality piece just needs a small tweak to fit perfectly. A well-done hem or an adjustment on a blazer's sides can completely transform the fit and make any clothing look tailor-made. The difference in elegant style isn't just in what you wear, but in how the clothing molds to your body. Now that you understand the importance of knowing your body, the next step is to invest in pieces that are truly worth it. Choose durable and quality clothing. When it comes to men's clothing, especially for men over 50, the most important thing isn't following fleeting trends, but investing in pieces that stand the test of time with style and durability. You've probably noticed that some brands, like Levi's and Vans, charge a bit more but offer a product that lasts for years. A quality leather jacket can accompany you for decades, while a synthetic one will start peeling after a few months. The difference between a durable piece and one that wears out quickly lies in the details. Reinforced stitching, natural fabrics, and good finishing make all the difference. Cotton shirts, for example, not only feel more comfortable but can withstand many more washes than synthetic fabric shirts. The same goes for jeans. A pair designed for skateboarders, like those from Dickies, is made to withstand wear and tear, making it an excellent investment for those seeking quality. Another essential point is the care in choosing shoes. A good pair of genuine leather shoes might seem expensive at the time of purchase, but when compared to a cheaper pair that needs to be replaced constantly, the cost-benefit becomes obvious. Dress shoes from brands like Ferracini and Democrata are great options for those looking to combine elegance and durability. And remember, well-maintained footwear elevates any look. Thinking about durability, it's also important to avoid fragile pieces that fade or deform quickly. Fabrics like linen, wool, and denim are great allies because they withstand frequent use and maintain their original shape for much longer. In the end, smart men's fashion isn't about the quantity of pieces you have, but the quality of the choices you make. And speaking of choices, understanding the fit and proportion of clothing can completely transform your appearance. Understand the fit and proportion of the pieces. The fit of a piece is what separates an elegant look from a sloppy one. A simple t-shirt can look sophisticated if it has the right fit, while an expensive blazer can ruin your style if it's too loose. For men over 50, this issue is even more important because overly loose clothes can give the impression of sloppiness, while pieces that are too tight can seem uncomfortable and inappropriate. Balance is essential. One of the basic rules of fit is to pay attention to length. Very long shorts, for example, can visually shorten the legs, giving the look a heavy appearance. The ideal is to choose models that are slightly above the knee, creating a lengthening effect. The same applies to shirts. If the length is excessive, it can look like you grabbed the wrong item from the closet. Simple adjustments make all the difference. In addition, every detail counts in the composition of the look. A well-fitted blazer in the back and shoulders gives instant sophistication. A well-cut pair of pants, with the hem at the right length, avoids that extra fabric effect that can ruin any outfit. The tip is always to observe how the piece fits on the body and, if necessary, seek a tailor for minor adjustments. And it's not just about aesthetics. Comfort is also crucial. Clothes with a good fit prevent you from constantly adjusting, pulling at the shirt's hem, or tugging at the pants. A proper fit gives you freedom of movement and boosts confidence. Now that you've understood the importance of fit, it's time to avoid a mistake that can undermine all these choices: impulsive purchases and size errors. Avoid impulsive purchases and size errors. How many times have you bought something on impulse and later realized it didn't match anything you already had in your closet? This is a common mistake, especially when it comes to fashion for men over 50. The rush and excitement can lead to poor decisions, resulting in clothes that get pushed aside and never worn. To avoid this, the golden rule is to try things on whenever possible and plan your purchases. Size is also a crucial factor. Each brand has its own sizing, and what's an M in one may be a G in another. Buying without trying it on is a risk, especially in the online environment. Before making a digital purchase, try to figure out your exact size in the desired brand by comparing with pieces you already own. This avoids frustrations and the need for exchanges. Another frequent mistake is getting carried away by fleeting trends without considering whether they really fit your personal style. Fashion is not about following rules, but about understanding what works for you. Instead of buying pieces just because they're trendy, choose those that have versatility and can be worn in different ways. And speaking of versatility, there's an infallible technique to ensure each new piece in your wardrobe truly makes sense: the 5 looks rule. The 5 looks rule. If a new piece doesn't go with at least 5 other items you already own, it might not be a good investment. This is a simple yet extremely effective principle to avoid unnecessary purchases and ensure each acquisition truly adds value to your wardrobe. Imagine this scenario: you find an amazing patterned shirt in a store window and decide to buy it without thinking too much. When you get home, you realize it doesn't match any of your pants or jackets. What happens? The shirt gets pushed aside in the closet or forces you to spend even more money to find combinations that make sense. This is exactly what you should avoid. Now, imagine you're considering buying a navy blue linen shirt. Before bringing it home, think, does it match at least 5 other pieces you already have? If the answer is yes, that means it's versatile and will allow for effortless combinations. It can be worn with jeans for a casual look, with tailored pants for a more sophisticated touch, thrown over a white t-shirt for a modern look, paired with a blazer for a formal occasion, or even worn with shorts for a relaxed weekend. This mental exercise not only saves you money but also ensures that each piece in your wardrobe has a real purpose. The idea is to build a practical style where all clothes complement each other and simplify your day-to-day life. Plus, this technique prevents you from accumulating clothes you never wear, making dressing much simpler and more efficient. A well-planned wardrobe should consist of pieces that go well together, creating as many possible combinations as possible. If every item you acquire can be used in multiple ways, you'll have fewer clothes but many more outfit options. This is the true secret to smart style. Dressing well after 50 is not about following fleeting trends, but about making smart choices that enhance your body, personality, and lifestyle. By understanding which pieces work for you, investing in quality over quantity, and avoiding impulsive purchases, you'll build a wardrobe that reflects sophistication and good taste effortlessly. Remember, style has no age, only strategy. An elegant man is not the one with more clothes, but the one who knows exactly what to wear and how to wear it. By applying these principles, you'll not only have a more functional wardrobe, but also more confidence to present yourself to the world in the best way possible. Now, how about taking a look at your closet and starting to apply these changes? Style is within your reach, you just need to make the right choices.